Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Caroga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. False good, important news are needed new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework planet. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before. Osin's tall word, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Esri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird O' Prey 5 channel. Hail Caroga.
Hello world, it's Bird O' Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to BedLife for Monday, June 28th, 2021, Pride Day, if you will. On this day in 1969, about 20-ish days before men landed on the moon for the first time, before Star Trek season 3 completed its run, we had the Stonewall Inn Riots, and that was considered the first big step in LGBT representation in modern history. The 1960s, the late 60s, and through the 70s and 80s, we saw great advances in terms of that community. It came to be symbolized with the rainbow flag. Speaking of rainbow flags, Life with Matthew has renewed his membership for a 3rd month in a row. Thank you, Life with Matthew. Qapla. Yes. I thought we would talk about how the alleged Mafia, which doesn't exist, but had it existed, how it's credited with actually being a big part of what we now know as Pride Day, and in fact just the LGBT experience of the time in New York City. Now, to help celebrate this day, I wore my most prideful shirt I could find. Just ordered it recently, and it is in fact Rock Solid, the retro gaming channel, Rock Solid Productions, a good friend of the channel, a good friend of mine, a good friend of all of yours. It's hard to think of Pride without thinking of Rock Solid Productions. Not that he's a member of that community. I mean, neither am I. But, I mean, you just see Gary when he's on his streams, and he's just so damn cheerful that it's like he's shooting rainbows out of his eyes and his hands. and his various retro systems. So it's hard for me to think of Gary from Rock Solid Productions as anything but with that pride that lots of people share today. The Random Menace with a €2 super chat. Thank you, Random Menace. Says, greetings, birds and the QWERTY community, aka chat. Thank you. And yes, you should have pride regardless of your sexual identity today. It is a day for all people to have pride. And the Random Menace's super chat on Pride Day. It is a Pride Day miracle. Holy shit. Unplanned. Thank you, God. That is the sign, people. That is a sign. God is up there and he has pride today. Kissing Dax, the very first super chat animation of the day. Couldn't have gone better. Could not have gone better, even if I had thought to plan ahead, which I didn't. Kissing Dax on a super chat, nonetheless, not even a donation. That is seriously, seriously lucky for both Joseph Patrick, myself, and the entire chat. I am honest today, guys. I am a believer. Okay, I am a believer. Coincidences like that don't just happen. Pride Day miracle indeed. I am shocked. I am shocked. And I'll be honest, I am feeling it today, guys. I was feeling better this morning. It got very hot today, very quickly. And I don't know. I'm a little out of it, I can tell. But I saw my cardiologist for the first time in person yesterday, and frankly, it couldn't have gone better. She was very nice. She was very happy to meet me in person. She did an exam in the home. She said everything was looking good. She gave me a new pill to start taking. I haven't taken it yet. It just came this afternoon, so I'll probably start it in the morning. But she said things look good. She listened to my lungs. Lungs were clear. She tapped on different parts of the chest. That all sounded good to her. She listened to my heart. Everything was pretty good. I think my problem was late last night. We decided, and this was my fault, I decided to order from a new restaurant, and it's a Japanese restaurant, and the shrimp tempura roll was good, delicious, and I probably, had I stopped there, I probably would have been fine. But I also decided to order a beef teriyaki. Now, I didn't have much of it last night. I decided to save it for lunch today, and I don't think I should have had the beef teriyaki. I don't think it's reacting well with my system. I should have just had my regular lunch, and I think I'd be in a much better spot. To be quite frank, I've been very, very gassy. And, yeah. And John Araki with a $1 super chat. John Araki, will you get Kissing Dax? Could we possibly get a miracle twice in a row? I don't think so. I highly, highly doubt it. But you never know. Nope, we get Captain Kirk. But I tell you what, we did witness one miracle here today. So we'll be happy with that. And of course the sexy shirt from Rock Solid Productions. And guys, I am still, remember at this moment, Rambling Canuck is in dialysis and he has a long path ahead of him. So please, I'd like to remind everybody, if you can, I'm putting the link in the chat now to Rambling Canucks GoFundMe. If you can, send Rambling a few dollars to help him make his life a bit easier. If you can't, understandable, believe me, but then please share the link. It doesn't cost you anything to share the link on Facebook or Twitter or whatever social media site you might go to, or print out the link and just put it on, like, a bulletin board in your neighborhood, or whatever. Anything you can do, it would help. It'd be appreciated. I mean, if you can do an accidental all office email, as I've suggested for things in the past, that's always an option. But whatever you could do, I'd consider it a personal favor. With over $1,000 already in the fund, so it's off to a very good start. Hector was first in the chat at 2:08 p.m. Eastern and said, "Today, Bird will reveal the juicy details of his late night date. Don't miss the show." No, it wasn't. It was a doctor's visit, not a date. Dan23 says, "People talking about Pride all the time." That is true, but it's Pride Day because it was on this day, in the early morning hours of this day, and I can go into more detail in a little bit, that the riots started when the gay and bisexual and lesbian community, trans community around New York City said, "I've had enough of this shit, and I'm not going to take it no more." And they just said, "No more, no more." And they turned arms against the police. And in those days, police weren't running away if you pointed a camera at them. There were no cell phone cameras. Hell, there were no cameras you could put on your arm. The only cameras might have been from the local news, and they needed a fucking van and a generator to work. So nobody was recording the police. And even if they did, they would have smiled as they beat you with a billy club. They did not give a shit. Not like today. So yeah, you got a beating from police at that point. That was a serious beating. And there was no chance of you going viral and making money on it. It's not something that happened. Dan says, "New UFO video on YouTube channel you may like." Thank you, Dan. I'll take a look. I've probably seen it. Actor says, "National Pride. Don't you have like the 4th of July just behind the corner? Flag Day some weeks ago. Geez, isn't it a little too much?" Well, National Pride is one thing. Pride in your nation, pride in your flag. This is pride of your individual distinctiveness. So don't worry, we've got room. Yeah, there's Bible quotes about not taking pride in things. Don't worry about that. Bible says lots of crazy things. Just remember.
Of course.
Just remember Anti-Tracker. Yeah. He can explain it better. 54.5 Access Radio says, "Today in military history, the Battle of Stonewall took place." This was not this was not military history. Captain Trax says, "Bird of Prey made Mafia, an international secret organization founded in Sicily, probably in opposition to tyranny." Sounds like liberty, freedom fighters to me. "It developed into a criminal organization, and in the late 19th century was carried to the U.S. Captain, I believe you need to be fact-checked. Not Ryan Johnson says, "Hello in Qapla. Hail Caroga. Hail Caroga." Richie Poole says, "Hello world. Goodbye world. Have to get back to work. Take care, Richie." And Richie says, "Is this going to be Bird of Prey's coming out?" No, it's not a coming out. Nothing I have to come out about. Believe me, I'm already an open book. Professor Brainy Specs says, "Bird is late again." I am not. Elihu Who says people remember Stonewall but forget the Compton's cafeteria riot occurred in August 1966, 3 years before. Well, if people forgot it, it means it didn't mean squat. I'm sorry, but Stonewall Inn that's what got remembered. If everybody forgot the Compton cafeteria riot, then by definition, it failed. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47 Yorktown. Eastland says, Elihu, he saw a documentary on Patient Zero, and reality wasn't, but some believed he was the earliest days of treating HIV and AIDS. He was out of California flight attendant. Zero, not zero. I've seen that. We don't want to confuse the issues, so I'll just continue on. Eastland Burkholder says, hello all. Hello, Eastland. Positive Kinder says, hello, everyone. And Berto Prey now has a lifetime supply of Viagra. No, I do not have. Eastland says, who else loves Gangster Kirk? Everybody loves Gangster Kirk. Although that's a mythical planet, so, not real. Agnes' bird is full of pride, indeed. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Mago says, hello, everyone, and happy Pride Day. Agnes says, sometimes also of shame. Elihu says, it's not Pride Day. There is no Pride Day, just Pride Month. There is Pride Day, and it's today, Elihu. Google it. Although Google's wrong, because they actually have it as yesterday. Eastland says, Gangsta Kirk is the best. Sometimes you just need to jump up on a pool table and tell them how it is. See, the Federation's moving in. Professor Brandon Speck says, late is not great. Berto Prey. Sci-Fi Nation says, greetings, Berto Prey, Mummo Prey, Sassy O Prey, and fellow nerds. Hail, Caroga. Hail, Sci-Fi Nation. Sci-Fi, I saw your video on how to fix your television. And if anybody has that model television, they will surely Google and find that video. Professor says, you're always late. I wasn't late. Pudak says, evening all. Hello, Pudak Qapla. Rock Solid says, hashtag final prayers. Oh, final prayers for Pine Top. I am so sorry, Rock Solid. We will miss our puppy friend. And hashtag preparing to cross the Rainbow Bridge. Oh, Rock Solid. Oh, I'm sorry. I wish I'd read that before I made fun of you. Not that it would have stopped me, but I would have. Prayers. We're going to do prayers for Pine Top. I feel very bad for Rock Solid and his family and his puppy dog right now. We send him our best, our love, and he will go to a better place, not a farm upstate, like people often say they're bringing their pets, but a truly better place. Josh Reed says, no sound, mute Opray 5. Well, and I guess that's muted today because I'm not even going to check. Mako says, pudding. Evening. John DeMarco says, greetings to everyone. Not Ryan Johnson is also lying about there being no sound. The Mafia just donated $1 and says, we are not alleged, we are real. You are treading a fine line, Bird of Prey. I can tell that's been put in by a fake Mafia member because there is no such thing. Thomas Potts is rock solid. I'm sorry to hear that. Hudak speaks the truth and says he had sound. Elihu says the Compton riot was what? Forgotten? It was. Mako says, stop trolling Bird. There's sound. Thank you. Rock Solid says, Thomas Butts, thanks. It's been rough. I'm sorry, Rock Solid again. Pudak smiles. John DeMarco says hello to Mako. Hector says, Bird of Prey. if I fear oxygen addiction, next you'll know plain air will seem to be too insipid and unfulfilling. No, I actually take this off sometimes during the day. I have it all the way down to its lowest setting right now. And honestly, the oxygen level has been pretty good. Don't worry, I'm not getting addicted to oxygen. And I'll tell you why, because as soon as I can get this out of my nose, I will be happy to, because it gets annoying after hours and hours and hours. It just doesn't feel comfortable. So trust me. Aravic Sanda with a $5 super chat says, Qapla vertebrae, perfect day to remember infinite diversity in infinite combinations. You know, let's address the idic, the Vulcan philosophy, this thing that was created just so Gene Roddenberry could sell something. And this might come as a shock to many of you. I disagree wholeheartedly with the Vulcan idic philosophy. It makes no sense. Excuse me. Oh, I told you I was gassy. I'm so sorry. It makes no sense. Gene Roddenberry just needed to create something. He had 5 minutes and he's like, I'll do infinite diversity, infinite combinations, put a fucking triangle on a circle and we'll sell it for $5. And Scarface donated $1 and says, say hello to my little friend. Bam, 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 bam. Thank you, Scarface. Infinite diversity and infinite combinations is just chaos. Okay, that is literally the definition of chaos, of entropy. The universe is moving towards entropy every effing day. No, what we want is order. We don't want chaos. Okay, now some order is better than, we don't need total order. We want creativity, but we don't want infinite diversity, right? Infinite diversity means World War II bad guys. It means serial killers, okay? It means assaultists that surprise you with unwanted, pokes or prods, terrible things, okay? That's infinite diversity. We don't want infinite diversity. It's always been a lie. It's just something people say because it sounds cool. We don't want infinite diversity. We want ordered diversity, or diversity within limits, diversity within reason. Now you're like, well, who's the one to say, well, what's okay and what's not? Well, I am. Okay, and you are too. You've got to be the one to say, yeah, it's okay if a guy wants to date another guy. I'm okay with that. But I'm not okay if a guy wants to go, shoot up a movie theater. That's obviously not okay, right? So that's not the type of diversity we want. Diversity of thought, as long as that thought is within reason, that's fine. But you don't want diversity that is like destructive to others. Diversity ends when it starts harming or taking away rights from other people. Your diversity, as long as it only affects you and other people that consent to it, that's fine. But you don't want diversity that crosses lines and interferes with the lives of people who don't consent. I never liked the idic. I never liked that saying. I understand why it exists, but it doesn't do anything for me. But thank you for bringing it up. Thomas says, John DeMarco, Professor Brainy Specs, Hello, look, it's the same Matthew. Sure, he'll ignore us here. Is Matthew here? Professor Brainy Specs is greetings to John DeMarco. John DeMarco says hi to Thomas. Professor Brainy Specs is greeting to Thomas. Matthew ignores us everywhere. And Thomas says, prove it. Prove the Mafia doesn't exist. Can't prove that, Thomas. I can only tell you it doesn't. You should believe me. Eastland Burkholder says, Elihu, the point of the documentary was how little was known about HIV, different agencies did to try to help disease of unknown origin, and how cooperative patient zero treated. And how the cooperative not patient zero treated. Actresses, fun fact, contrary to bird beliefs, Mafia, aka La Costa Nostra, exists. La Costa Nostra sounds like something made up on Deep Space Nine, like the Pirates and the Pirates. And it's like, yeah, the La Costa Nostra. Yeah, I don't think so. Darth Maul says, you wore a shirt. I thought you were going to declare your gender identity. I'm disappointed. Dr. Scotty says, nice, rock solid shirt. Thank you, doctor. And rock solid says he has no pride. You have pride. Captain Track says, hello, Captain. Rock solid says, I also have no standards, which explains why I'm here. Eastland says, Birdo Prey, the shirt colorful on infrared or ultraviolet. Is the shirt colorful on infrared or ultraviolet? I doubt it. Actress is very logical. Nicole says, actor, yes, it does. Bird just keeps missing the meetings. Captain Track says, Rock Solid has no pride. And Mako says, Pride Day miracle. Indeed, it was. Eastland says, I think pride means do not have to hide. That's one thing. Agnes says, Bird really is happy and prideful. Michael Garrick says, howdy, chat peoples. Dr. Scotty says, that's not logical. Deej Odyssey says, Bride has pride for his gay mafia. No, there's no such thing. Well, I don't know if there's a gay mafia, but I know there's no regular one. No Italian mafia. Original. Professor Brainy Specs says, greetings to the future. And Professor Random Menace, aka Jonathan. What? You mean Yosef? Nicole says, pride before a fall. Actor says, we don't celebrate this month in my country. Well, you could celebrate today. Professor Brainy Specs says, Bird of Prey, I thought you don't believe in God. I never said that, Professor. I know people have said that about me, but I myself have never said that. I, in fact, do believe in a universal creator. I don't know if I would call him the God that, the Pope would call him, but I certainly do believe that there is a hell of a lot more to this life than what we see here and what scientists have been able to explain. The Random Menace says, Professor Brainy Specs, greetings to the past. Michael Garrick says, what would and Hector says he believes he is the God. You know, Hector, it is possible. I haven't discounted that theory, but it is a possibility. Michael Garrick says, what would a straight pride parade look like? They did one in Boston last year. So I think it would just kind of look like a parade. He is God Emperor, says Sci-Fi Nation. Absolutely. Random Menace says, you can't have pride without some pee and a good ride. Nicole says, what does God need with a starship? I don't know. It'd be cool to have one, though. Eastland says, the heat can wipe you out. Cold drinks help. I know. How nice was she, says actor. She was very smart, very intelligent woman. Elihu says, there is no Pride Day, just Pride Month, just remembrance of Stonewall. 1970 on this day. It was 1969. Oh, it was the first Pride Parade in America. Because today is Pride Day, Elihu. Like, I don't know what else you need. You don't recognize it. That's fine. Nobody's forcing you to recognize it. But it is. Nevertheless, it exists. You don't have to recognize who the current president is, but nevertheless, he is the president. Garrick says, I was disappointed when they made Elam Garrick not gay or bi. Elam Garrick. I don't think I was disappointed because I never assumed he would be. I mean, in the very beginning, when I rewatched DS9 as an adult, and I saw him touching Bashir's back in their first meeting and the casual conversation, I did get some like, oh, wow, vibes. Like, I wonder, because honestly, adult men don't really do that to each other, at least not in my experience, thankfully. So I wondered if maybe he was looking for something physical, and that was a little way of, getting his intent across. And the fact that Dr. Bashir didn't immediately rebuke it, the physical contact, and who knows? So maybe they did have the idea to play with, because Stephen Ira Stephen Bear, whatever his name is, he claims in the DS9 documentary that Garrick was intended to be gay, but they never got permission from the studio to go that direction. So they kind of figured it was a missed opportunity. And maybe looking back, it very well might have been their intention. And then when they realized that could never happen because of the politics of the day, they wrote in the Zial storyline, which was like middle of the series. So it's possible Garrick was meant to be gay or at least bisexual, but I wasn't disappointed. Let's face it. They did do the famous kiss, the rejoined kiss. They did another kiss in Mirror Universe with Kira and Esri, although neither actress was into it. They kind of just did an edit to make it look like they kissed. But they did it. So more than once they did it. And let's face it, you could get away with a girl-on-girl kiss much easier than a guy-on-guy kiss. It took till Star Trek Discovery. Oh, God. Now, I'm not saying Star Trek Discovery is bad because of the Stamets relationship. It just so happens that it's a very shitty show, and it happens to contain the first guy-on-guy kiss in Star Trek history. Do I like it? No, I don't. I'll be honest, I don't. It doesn't appeal to me. It's not my cup of tea. But would it ruin the show for me if the rest of the show was good? Hell no. No, I mean, I wouldn't be playing the animation over and over again because it doesn't do anything for me. But I would be perfectly fine with it. I'd say, oh, okay. And I would move on with my life if the rest of the show was good. Discovery's not bad because they have gay characters. Discovery is bad because the script is shit, because the mostly non-gay characters are awful. Stamets is probably the best character on the damn show. Unfortunately, his hack boyfriend, Wilson Cruz, who blocked me on Twitter, even though we've never had any contact on Twitter whatsoever, the loser that is Wilson Cruz, he's a degenerate. He's already dead. They killed him off. And they brought him back because a lot of people complained you can't kill a gay man. So they brought him back as a dead mushroom who just walks around the ship like he's a fucking human being, even though he's a ghost of a dead fucking mushroom. And if it was my ship, he'd be in the brig because I don't know who the fuck he is. He just looks like somebody who used to be on the ship before they were killed. But whatever. Fuck him. But no, it's not. That has nothing to do with their sexuality. It's Michael Burnham that ruins the show. Tilly, also the scripts, Georgiou. It's all terrible. Dr. Sky says, Bird of Prey, did your cardiologist also check your nether regions? No, not. She asked about them, but she didn't check. Pudox is great news for the new doctor. Thank you. Actress says, she touched my chest. Her hand. No. I'm way behind on the chat. This is going to be a problem. Eastland says, better breathing. Great. Do you need to do breathing exercises to build your lung capacity? Actually, yes, I do. In fact, I forgot to get my lung machine back. My lung volumizer to breathe into. I put in the link for Rambling Canucks. GoFundMe. Eastlands is almost as good as Gangster Kirk. John Araki says, Dear Twitch, the Bird of Prey channel has entirely too few co-hosts. Please cancel. Thanks, the Matthew Tracker. Wow. Mago says, so happy to hear about Rambling Canuck. him. So many people got sick this year. So sorry to hear about Rambling Canuck. That makes more sense. Him, anti-tracker. So many people got sick this year. Positive Candor as well. Yeah, it's been a bad year. We thought 2020 was bad. We all had high hopes for 2021, but huh? Oh, Mr. Londell called it, says Mama Pray. Yeah. 2021 is going to be worse. Yeah. Jedi Bill says, hello, Qapla, Brother Warrior, Qapla, Jedi Bill. Yeah. Eastland says, accidental all office memo, but not for the purpose of embarrassing someone. And Captain Track, thank you, Captain. He puts in the PayPal link for Rambling Canuck, because if some people can't use GoFundMe, you can use PayPal to send funds directly to Rambling. Josh reads that the Caroga Bell riot started on this day back in 2012. I don't think so. Elihu is reading things out. Yes, I will get to that. There were a series of spontaneous demonstrations by members of the gay community in response to a police raid that began in the early morning hours of June 28, 1969, at Stonewall. Police raided Stonewall because gay people were gathering. Yes, well, because it was a known gathering place, and it was illegal at the time to not only serve gay people alcohol, but hell, to even employ gay people. Actress is Bird suggesting people beaten up by police just to make money out of it. I'm just saying, sometimes. Mago says there would be no riots or protesters in Caroga. It's the perfect country with no problems. Well, I'm just saying, it is better. Actress says not enough protesters alive to make riots or protests. Michael Garrick says, I wish I could give. I need to be better with money. Give me a few months to get back in a good place with my life. Michael, by all means, don't feel obligated. You gotta take care of your life first. And the Random Menace with a €2 super chat says, for the best laugh of the day, Dead Mushroom. Thanks. You're welcome, Random Menace. That's what he is, right? Carla Burton says, that was an awesome intro. Thank you, Carla. Qapla. And I hope you enjoy your stay here. And Joseph Patrick got the hippie Spock. Not Ryan Johnson says, Caroga, perfect, lol. John DeMarco says, pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. Eastland says, and today we're wearing an ugly hat. You have aimed at the car tags will improve local police department's behavior. I swear it. What? And today, wearing an ugly hat, you have aimed at the car tags, I mean, license plates, will improve your local police department's behavior. Nicole says, at this point, I don't need a Make-A-Wish to make me rich. Well, that's good, because if you don't have your shot, apparently Make-A-Wish isn't going to try to fulfill your wish. Michael Garrick says, like, kill your neighbor if they're in labor on the Sabbath. Yeah, you don't want to do stuff like that. Captain Trax says, Bird of Prey, all those supposed Bible quotes are not taking language changes and differences over the years without some self-respect, pride. Why bother doing anything? Well, I don't know, Captain, but it's what I read. Carla Burden says, great, you saw a cardiologist. Thank you, Carla. Yes, it was. It was a big weight off my chest. Michael Garrick says, I think they called him patient zero for other reasons than most things. They called him patient zero because he was the first guy identified, well, not the first guy, but they identified him with HIV. And then they asked him, okay, how many people did you sleep with in the last 5 years? And the guy said something like 2,000. And like, these were scientists in the 80s who probably only slept with like 2 people in the last 5 years. And they honestly didn't understand that there were people out there who would go out and listen, I'm not judging, but there are still people today in certain communities, and certainly gay men are one of them. If you know how horny a guy is, okay, and you have 2 guys and they're both horny and both are willing, yeah, you could score up numbers like that, I'm sure. So they thought that this guy was like literally the most sex crazed man on the planet, that he could have however many thousand partners in the number of years that he's claimed to. And they basically said, well, this guy alone spread the virus. Only later did they find out that in the community, don't get me wrong, there are some people who don't nearly have that many partners. But as it turned out, that guy wasn't the only person with that many partners. And, before anybody thought of using protection for HIV and AIDS, it made sense why the virus had spread so much through that community. Wesley Crusher says, what did I miss? I don't know, Wes. I'm way behind. But good to see you. Robert Rose Jr. says, hello today, Bird of Prey, Mama Prey, and Sassy. Thank you, Robert. Captain Trax says, Bird of Prey, the Yakuza are very real. That's true. I'm just saying the Italian mafia doesn't exist. Other mafias, surely, but the thing is, they exist because people watched Hollywood movies and watched, news shows where the media and the police and the FBI made up this story about Italian organized crime called the Mafia, and other people then based organizations on it. It kind of became a self-fulfilling prophecy. FBI stands for Forever Bothering Italians. That's just the way it is. When I say mafia doesn't exist, I mean La Cosa Nostra, or whatever they call it. Michael Garrick says the IDIC. Yes, IDIC. Don't believe in it. Resolute Germ says, so violent dictator is against pacifism. What a shot. Michael Garrick says, Bird of Prey is such a New Yorker. He is assisting the mafia. Nicole says the Nazis. No. You got me. Agnes says, Bird of Prey, you should check some text about entropy. It's not what you say it is. It is the increase in disorganization, if one way of putting it. John DeMarco says Caroga believes in diversity as long as their dictator approves. Exactly. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, we want 1 million Wesley Crushers everywhere on the planet. Oh, God, Wes. Why? Why would you even wish that? Mike Richards says, the God Emperor demands order. Aravic Sanders says, great Bird of Prey. Now I want to change my avatar. No, Aravic, it's a beautiful avatar. It's just, it's bigger than what it was. It's bigger than it was intended to be. Okay. It has grown. It has grown. I personally am not a fan of the IDIC, but there are so many people out there that are fans of it that they have true, it has worth to them. And I'm not going to destroy their way of life because they think the IDIC refers to all the things that are good about Star Trek. So in that respect, don't go around and say, well, if you believe in the IDIC, you're stupid or you're wrong or whatever. I'm just saying I don't particularly, but I'm open to other people. And listen, it's great to have those feelings that you want to believe in the IDIC. Jedi Bill says hello again. Jedi Bill, you say the same thing several times. I see it. Hello, Qapla, brother warrior. Hail, Caroga. Michael Garrick says order is actually uniform, not diverse. Well, it depends. There's an order of diversity. And the universe will end in complete uniformity. Well, Michael, only if you think that there's uniformity in nothingness, I suppose. If the last proton decays and there's just nothing left. Michael says diversity is many separate things maintaining themselves. I don't know if that's diversity. Hello again, Jedi Bill. Qapla. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz says, Bird of Prey, Qapla, Bird of Prey. What is the Mafia like in Caroga? There is no Mafia in Caroga. Hail, Caroga. Hail, Caroga. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, all merch is available at Rock Solid Productions, creator.spring.com. Rock Solid, why don't you put an HTTPS in front of that so people can click on the link? You are a moderator here. Yes, you are. And yes, Rock Solid is here. Nicole says I did not say that. Ken Jack Ben says non-denominational. I don't know if that's the right word either. Excuse me. Okay, I'm skipping some chats. If they don't have app, Bird will pray 5. Sorry. Thomas says for the 100th time, Garrick being gay was a joke. I don't know. I think there was some truth. Saul Leibowitz says Bird of Prey should stop talking and show continuous loop of kissing Dax for the next 30 minutes in honor of Pride Day. Had I thought about it first, Saul, executive producer Saul Leibowitz, I might have done that. I see somebody deleted a comment. Michael says, tell us how you really feel about the guy. Sean Parker says, Bird of Prey, Qapla bird, Qapla. It's Moxley fan. I'm on one of my backup channels because reasons. I hope you and the family are doing well today. Thank you, Moxley. I hope you are doing well. Ken Jack Ben says, Bird of Prey, did you ask your cardiologist if the heart of a rock and roll is still beating? I did not. Alexa, play notification. Take the camera off. Mamo pray. Amazon order was delivered. I took the camera off. Thomas Bott says, "My God, Bird." I don't know what's the matter. Actresses hide this stream from Twitter. I don't. 2K rookie number, says Random Menace. Agnes says the accuser exists because Hollywood movies, really, basically. Actress is Bird of Prey, no Bird. Entropy is the loss of information. If you get grinded to a fine pace, you would be organized, but entropy would have increased. I don't think it's the loss of information, Hector. I may have to Google that. Define entropy. Entropy, a thermodynamic quality representing the unavailability of a system's thermal energy for conversion into mechanical work, often interpreted as the degree of disorder or randomness of a system. Also, lack of predictability, gradual decline into disorder, which was the definition I was going off of. So, yeah, I don't believe information has anything to do with it. Josh Street says, Bird of Prey, stop lying. There is no mafia in Caroga. We see the Bird Father, leader of Carogan Mafia. Springtime, Bird of Prey, your love for Alaska is considered normal. Wesley, Bird of Prey, I have no idea what you're talking about. Well, off to work I go. Take care, Wes. And Rock Solid puts in the link to his store. Awesome. Michael Garrison, Bird of Prey, have you seen the new Rick and Morty? No, Michael, I don't watch Rick and Morty. I hate Michael. I don't say I hate it, but I hate it. I hate the animation. I hate the design. I hate the voices. I don't have anything to do with Rick and Morty. Let's see. I just ripped the tags off my Rock Solid shirt because they were my first time wearing it. They were itching my neck. Oh, they should be good. Captain Track says, no, the Yakuza do exist. It has not one effing thing to do with Hollywood. Yeah, you have to check your facts, Captain. I can see you're getting upset, Captain. It's you need to let it go, okay? I'm a Yakuza expert. My uncle created the first Yakuza movie in 1944, but because of World War II, it never got seen. President Bernie Speck says quantum information can never be lost, except black holes may violate it. Ensign Ricky's Bird of Prey, did you like Lower Decks? I tolerated Lower Decks. The last episode was good, but if they fuck it up in next season, then it erases what I like. I know one of the guys from Rick and Morty did Lower Decks. Springtime says, Alexa, order. No. Kevin Track says, my merch store. Yes, guys, put in a link to all your merch stores. It's all fine. Please. Oh, man. I am feeling it. Oh, wow. We still have this picture up. Okay. Let's get to Dear Bop because, let's do, let's do, hello. Let's do the Mafia and the Stonewall Riots. We're on history.com. History stories. Number one, History Channel, the number one factual entertainment brand, because the channel that brings you ancient aliens and Mystery of Oak Island and Skywalker Ranch. This is the number one factual entertainment brand. How the mob helped establish New York City's gay bar scene. And the Stonewall Inn was controlled by the Genovese crime family, allegedly, which I suspect was just some type of CIA plant to make money. It was an unlikely partnership, but between New York's LGBT community in the 1960s being forced to live on the outskirts of society and the so-called Mafia's disregard for the law, the two made a profitable, if uneasy, match. As the gay community blossomed in New York City in the 60s, members had few places to gather publicly. Shunned and criminalized by the broader culture, LGBT people were eager for any spot where they could safely come together. But going to a bar could be a dangerous proposition. At the time, it was still illegal to serve gay patrons alcohol, to display homosexuality in public, or for two gay people to dance together. Under the guise of New York State's liquor laws that barred disorderly premises, the State Liquor Authority and the New York Police Department regularly raided bars that catered to gay patrons. Where the law saw deviance, however, the Mafia, alleged Mafia, saw a golden business opportunity. And here is a fake picture of the Vito Genovese family. Don't look at the names too closely. Since the days of Prohibition, when alcohol was outlawed, the mob controlled much of New York City's nightclub business, with special expertise in shadowy illegal fringes. Genovese family, one of the so-called five families, total Hollywood, that dominated organized crime in New York City, reigned over Manhattan's West Side bar scene, including the Village, where the LGBT community was taking root. A member of the Genovese family, Tony Lauria, a.k.a. Fat Tony, as Simpsons did it, purchased the Stonewall Inn in 1966 and transformed it from a bar and restaurant that attracted straight clientele into a gay bar and nightclub. Simpsons did that too. Run on the cheap, the Stonewall was known for both dirty and dangerous. It operated without running water behind the bar. Glasses were cleaned by being dunked into tubs of dirty water. Toilets regularly overflowed. The club was also lacked a fire or emergency exit. Oh my God. Despite this less than ideal conditions, the Stonewall quickly became a popular destination in the gay community, even something of an institution. It was the only place where gay people could openly dance close together, and for relatively little money. Drag queens who received bitter receptions at other bars, runaways, homeless LGBT youth, and others could be off the streets as long as the bar was open. To operate its gay bars, the Mafia, alleged, greased the palms of the NYPD. Fat Tony, for one, paid New York's 6th Precinct approximately $1,200 a week in exchange for the police agreeing to turn a blind eye to indecent conduct occurring behind closed doors. And there you see a couple of NYPD's finest, billy clubbing, obviously criminals. NYPD officer grabs someone by the hair and another officer clubs a young man during a confrontation in Greenwich Village after a gay power march in New York 1970. AP photo. Not that the police didn't still raid the establishments, but first they would tip off the owners who told them the best time to come by. Raids often occurred in the early afternoon where few customers were present. So business had enough time to resume normal operations by night. Wow. David Carter explains in his book, Stonewall, the riots that sparked the gay revolution, that during a typical raid, bar owners would change the lights from blue to white, warning customers to stop dancing and drinking. Patrons were lined up and required to show identification. If they didn't have any, they could be arrested. Men were hauled in for dressing in drag, women for wearing less than 3 pieces of traditional feminine clothing. Sometimes the cops went to the extreme measures of sending female officers into the bathrooms to verify people's gender. Oh my God. To get around laws that prohibited serving alcohol to LGBT patrons, many gay bars, including Stonewall, operated ostensibly as bottle bars, private clubs where members would bring their own alcohol. That's interesting. Patrons on entering were asked to sign a membership book, but most people entered fake names. In reality, the mob provided the liquor, leaving most bottles outside in cars, in hidden closets where they could be easily stashed during raids. Interesting. The mob, allegedly, designed operations to maximize profits. I'm thinking this was a CIA operation so that they could get money for their, CIA activities. But whatever. Bouncers pimping out patrons. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was a little bit of the tooting going on, if you know what I mean. The NYPD attempted to crack down on Mafia, possibly CIA-run prostitution in the mid-70s during something known as Operation Together. The effort was eventually shut down in 1977. Apparently, too many high-powered individuals, including fake Mafia members and police officers, and big Hollywood names were implemented as clients. I am shocked. Scholars have argued the infamous Stonewall riots that sparked nationwide LGBT movement were as much a resistance against the mob's exploitation of the gay community as they were a struggle against police harassment and discriminatory laws. Indeed, a handwritten message in chalk on a boarded-up window of the Stonewall Inn after the 1969 riots read, "Gay prohibition corrupts cops, feeds mafia." And all those S's were dollar signs. 2 of the main gay rights organizations that came out of the riots, the Gay Activists Alliance, the GAA, and the Gay Liberation Front, the GLF, actively championed getting organized crime out of gay bars. But then where would they have been? Had the CIA stopped creating gay bars? Anyway, so that's basically the Mafia's stronghold, alleged, on New York City's nightlife and business took a huge hit with a series of high-profile prosecutions in the 80s. But while the LGBT community had found in less than ideal colluding with crime lords, in some ways the mob provided them with much-needed haven at a time when the rest of the country was hostile and unwelcoming. So you see, not so bad. They found a place. Now, I don't think the Mafia really existed. I think it was probably a CIA operation, but whatever it is, whatever you want to attribute it to, it's a very interesting history of how, a leftover from Prohibition really helped spark. I don't want to say spark. Helps keep the spark. Because for the gay rights, let's face it, there have always been gay people, lesbians, non-binary, transgender people. They've always existed. But they generally didn't have a voice. And what voice they did have was kept bottled up in small places. And the Stonewall Inn was one of those places, and it was kept like the people were blowing on the little flame. I don't mean this in a have nothing to do with homosexual flame. Just like an actual fire, like a burning ember. If you have a fireplace, you can keep the one red ember just hot enough if you blow on it, so that eventually, if you get more wood or more paper, you can reignite the fire. If that ember goes cold, you can never, well, you can't never, but you can't restart the fire without another match. So you keep that ember burning, which is what the Stonewall Inn did. And then it was able to, in the next 10, 20, 30 years, blossom to the point that we now have regularized not only, what they were fighting for, but so much more. Those people would have been happy if they could just go to a bar and dance with the person they wanted to dance with without getting their asses beaten by police. Now, not only can they marry anybody they want to marry in full sight, and government approval, they're on TV, they're in movies, they're on YouTube channels kissing other people, and people are cheering for them. It is amazing the progress that community has made since the 1960s. And I think, it's not my community, but I think it is, they probably should have pride in what they did, because there are very few groups in this country or in any nation's history that have seen so much acceptance in so little time. And Charlie O'Prey donated $3 and says, Qapla, dear Bob. Yes, we're $3. Why? What's? Oh, I get it. I get it. Blank as a $3 bill. That was not nice. And I don't think it was Charlie. But nevertheless, it is indeed time for Dear Bob. So let's get to it. I was ranting on enough, I think. I didn't even look at the chats. That's not good. Well, we'll get to the chat later. Sorry, I just have to resize the window when I come to Dear Bob. Okay. Well, we got a picture of Pine Top, I think. So honestly, I'm going to go out of order and we're going to look. Oh, Pine Top. What a beautiful puppy. Oh. So Pine Top is rock solid. The shirt I'm wearing, rock solid. Beautiful dog who unfortunately is getting ready to cross the Rainbow Bridge. Not the rainbow as in pride, but rainbow as in better place. Look at those eyes. Look at those eyes. I see those eyes when I look at Sassy, or I've looked at any of the other dogs we've ever had. Oh, they're beautiful. Thank you, Rock Solid. And I do wish, honestly, I know it's a very hard time in the owner of any dog's life, because it's inevitable most of the time that you outlive your pet. It's sad. If you have pets from a young age, you will inevitably outlive most of them. And, almost every time I found, like, never again. But then some time passes, a week, a month, a year. It was a year in our case. And we said, maybe maybe. And then we signed up for another round, and now we've got Sassy, and I hope she's with us for a good long time, but that day will come, unfortunately. For somebody will be around, and I hope she has as much love as you love for Pine Top. This is Pine Top, not Sassy. Gary says, WTF is this? I was on a Zoom call earlier, and I couldn't help but notice something on the bed that was this. The thing is a freaking thong. By the way, this was a guy's feed. All the best. What? I don't understand. You sent me a 10 megabyte photo of a thong? Why? Oh, okay. It's just laying on somebody's bed. I don't know what it is. Maybe he had a lady friend over. I don't know that it's a male thong. Maybe it is. I don't really care what people do in their bedrooms. But let's get to the Dear Bops. Dear Bops, what are they going to do at the hospital? Overcharge me for 2 Tylenol. I feel like garbage, but this too shall pass. I hope so. I forgot who we were talking to on Friday, but I assume you're still here, so I guess you made the right call. I hope you had the 104 fever. Right. Well, I hope it worked out. I hope you're okay. Dear Bob, just remember, if the cardiologist offers to take your temperature rectally, it's a trap. That's anti-tracker and drag. No, it certainly wasn't anti-tracker and drag. Nor did she offer to take the temperature rectally. Dear Bob, which item should I buy? Your friend Greg. Don't! You're going to piss me off. After I said such nice things. Okay, artist spotlight, Rob D. Hart. All of it is garbage. Honestly, I don't even understand how this guy gets considered an artist. But whatever. I mean, people can spend 10 minutes with Microsoft Paint and come up with better things to put on stuff at Teespring. And his shit is getting put on the official Star Trek website. You know what? Whatever he can sell, good for him. I'm sure he's not selling anything compared to even like that Captain Picard mug that they had up there. Dear Bob, I'll be going to a wedding this fall, and concern has been made about the maid of honor. She's a lovely person and single and has been friends with the bride since elementary school. But the concern comes from the groom's mother, who says the woman's limp isn't the problem, but her Tourette's has her blurting out sexual phrases, wouldn't look good at the wedding reception, or the reception, not to mention Tourette's, or the wedding reception, or being filmed. I tell them you are here, but I feel your censors would not deliver my message. But what do you think should be done? And should I ask her out if she's got a good heart and looks like Selma Hayek. Sincerely, brother of the bride. If she's the bride's best friend, she's the maid of honor. Period. If she has a outburst, guess what? That's what video editing is for. They can edit it out of the videotape. The people who are there are adults for the most part. They can deal with it. Clearly, they'll know ahead of time if there's there's something that's going to happen. They'll have proper warning. Just live with it and deal with it. And the Random Menace has renewed their membership for the 10th month in a row. Thank you, friend of Caroga. God, I can't believe it's been 10 months. 10 months since YouTube membership. Great, thank you. Yeah, there's no question that the bride's best friend is the maid of honor. As for asking her out, it's a risky proposition. Listen, if she's attractive and you want to go out with her and whatever, that's cool. Honestly, I don't know enough about Tourette's to know like if it's triggered randomly, but like I just have this picture that like if you were like kissing them and your tongue was in their mouth, would they start accidentally biting down uncontrollably and perhaps bite your tongue? That's the only thing I'd be worried about. But yeah, I mean, let's face it, you only live once, or so they say. So yeah, you should probably ask her out if she's hot, or even if she's just a nice person. It really shouldn't matter how hot she is, but let's face it, that we make decisions based on looks. The rest of it tends to work out after the fact. Selma Hayek, she's not the end all be all for me, but if she's your 10, if she's a 10 for you, then good for you. Dear Bob, my name is Tony Soprano. I'm not liking your tone, just a little warning. As you know, I work for a waste company and make things disappear. Tony, I know you work for a waste company. You're a legitimate businessman. I would never suggest otherwise. Dear boss. Hey boss, you want to make a few dozen concrete shoes to make them all take a long walk off a short wheelchair ramp. Signed Fat Bop, the East Caroga family. No, we don't want concrete shoes. P.S. Boss, we've got all those Frank and Freddie wedding videos. So what do you want us to do with them? Those bullshit. This is fake news. Completely fake. Dear Bop. Nobody. Hi, Bird. I hope you don't mind that I contacted you in this manner. I want you to know I really enjoyed our get-together this weekend. Not only do you have a very strong heart, not to mention you have quite a libido and you are a sweetheart. I expect you to have a very long and fulfilling life with me hopefully in it. See you soon for our next appointment, Dr. Mildred Ratchet. Dr. Ratchet, right. No. Dear Bob, congratulations. You've earned one free month. No. We see that you've enjoyed our site previously and want to make sure you have all the access you need. Our kinky little friend. We expect that you will renew for a fully paid subscription once the 30-day free trial ends. Enjoy loads of, AT. Yeah, I'm sure that is. Dear Bob, you have been referred to us by a friend, Deej. Please feel free to use this one-time 50% discount when you order an encounter with one of our beautiful models. Act now before July 4th and enjoy some of our unique she-males in your home. Thank you and see you soon. Tanya Ryder. No. It's all built. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Okay. Random Menace says, I was your first bird of prey. Never forget. Sounds terrible. You say it that way. Nicole says, rocket powered office chair. Good or very bad idea. I like it. Darth Maul is biting down. Sounds like a problem, bird of prey. What if she doesn't have his tongue? I know. I was trying to be nice. Whatever happened to Fang Fang? She got called back to China. Rock Solid says, I get that, Josh Street. Right now, we're still all hurting. He hasn't passed, and we haven't decided if yet. The pain is too raw right now. I am so sorry. So sorry, Rock Solid. Josh reads his bird of prey. Are you still on Sassy 26? Or you're on Sassy 6? We are on Sassy 1. Josh reads his rock solid. Don't let bird of prey near Pine Top. He may have pine. No, I'm not going to have Pine Top pizza. Professor Bringing Spec says, get to the chat later. So there's 3 hours of chat. Josh Street says, actually, you might be right. Bird of prey has to watch STD too many damn times. It's turned his bird to the woke side. Josh Reed says the CIA did start working until World War II. Sure, that's what they want you to believe. Josh Reed says bird of prey is now a flat earther with his viewpoint on the mafia. And Captain Trek says, lol, bird of prey hysterical, denying historical facts by calling them alleged is funny. What do we got here? Professor Brainy Specs is bird of prey. I need a laugh. Tell a joke. Alexa, tell me a joke. What do you get when you cross a lumberjack with a pianist? Chopsticks. I hope it helped. Springtime says, long live Mamo Prey, the true leader of Caroga, and her second in command, Charlie and Sisso Prey. Well, indeed. President Brainy Specs, I need to hear something funny. Tell me a joke, please. We'll give Alexa a second shot. Cancel. Alexa, tell a joke. What? How did the alligator feel after eating the bird? Full of egret. Egret is a bird? Never heard of it. Never heard of it. I can't ask her to tell a dirty joke. I don't think she does. Alexa, tell me a dirty joke. I really dig earthworms, but I haven't met one that doesn't have a dirty mouth. I really dig earthworms, but I haven't met one yet that doesn't have a dirty mouth. Oh, tell a good joke? Alexa, tell a good joke. Why did the boomer stop beating the sloth? He never made a move. Why did something stop beating the sloth? He never made a move? I don't know. Okay, we got 2 more Dear Bops. Dear Bob, we the queer nerd community, thank you for your attempt to explain queer history and pride. We want to let you know there is also Star Trek pride, Star Wars pride, Marvel pride, and of course, Crystal Skulls pride. Thank you for your attempt. It has met with our satisfaction. Hold your nerd flag high, bird of prey. The Q. Thank you, Q. Dear Bob, I was so upset after I left Hibachi Grill last night. I ordered chicken fried rice, but I think they substituted a clown for the chicken. I couldn't figure out what was up. It just tasted funny. Bum, 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 bum. There we go. There's a joke. I hope that worked. My phone is going off like crazy. I don't know. Oh, we got one more, Dear Bob. It's Moxley fan. Are you excited for the new Black Widow movie? I'm always up for a Scarlett Johansson movie. I think she's hot. I could not care less. I'll probably watch it, but I honestly, Black Widow really did nothing for me in the movies. So I really not looking forward to it, but I'm not regretting it either. I'll watch when it comes out to video, but it doesn't really do anything for me. Sorry. Thomas is booing. I'm sorry, Thomas. I'm sorry. Anyway, guys, I am sorry. I am just not feeling it today. So I am going to end the stream here. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for coming. In all honesty, well, I already talked about it, but happy Pride Day for those who care. Next Sunday is the 4th of July. We're planning on watching Captain America, the First Avenger, for the 4th of July Cinema Sunday. So that'll be about 3 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, on 4th of July. If you want a place to be, consider it. Or Captain America, the First Avenger. It is a 10-year-old movie, so it does meet the qualifications. And we'll, be yay America for 4th of July. Otherwise, we'll be doing normal streams, hopefully, between now and then. Hope to see you at some. And Qapla all. And Bird and panel. No, there is no panel. Bird out. Professor says, finally a good joke. And thank you to John DeMarco. Awesome. Qapla. But wait, there's more. The video might be over, but there's more fun to be had. First, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have clicked that bell icon to get notifications of new videos in your YouTube feed. Share this video on social media to help this channel fight the algorithm that favors big media. Also check out www.bertopray5.com for links to my other channels, various social media accounts, merch store, Dear Bop, affiliate links, and all your Berto Pray 5 needs. At the main Berto Pray 5 YouTube channel, you can find all sorts of live streams and unlisted videos, YouTube membership options, and a community section with polls and updates on the channel. On the secondary channel, Berto Pray 5X, you can find overflow content that doesn't always make the main channel. Subscribe to both channels, please. Thanks for watching. Remember, I stream almost every day. This is Berto Pray 5 saying goodbye, world. Until next time. P.S. Hail Sassy, hail Charlie, and of course, hail Caroga.